people going on Amazon, or they take a picture in your store and then they look it up online with the Google search. I mean, we all know that, right? And you don't want to put up signs, do not take pictures, because you don't want to encourage them to leave. But how can you encourage them to buy something while they're there? So this is where it comes into this type of year of, you have to encourage and inspire them to get something that they're not going to find other places, but something that's special to you. So you kind of have to tweak everything that you do. Now, that makes it hard because it makes it more work for us. We were just discussing, after years and years of this, Julie's been a customer for years, as have some of you others, but it's like, it's hard to get inspired for Christmas. It's like, how much more can I do? But here's the reality. You have to look at your business. We're all in business, one, to make money, right? But number two, we're all in business because we want to share ideas and we want to inspire people to have beautiful homes and give beautiful gifts. So how do we do that? Event sales are tough. It takes a lot of labor, and I know you're probably all sitting there thinking, I probably work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now I'm here Sunday at market. That's a lot of work, and there's a lot of power in that. But whatever you get inspired with, that's what you sell. If you look at your number one seller in your store, that's probably what you show the most. So I always say, make sure that you educate your employees and your customers. Movement at the register is the biggest thing that you can do. Anytime you can have movement or light at the register, you're going to inspire a sale. So I'm going to talk about a couple sales strategies that I hope that maybe you'll take back to your store, maybe it'll inspire you, whether you sell jewelry or clothing or home decor, whatever it is. Use this as a staple. Think of your customers and think, how can I grab them outside the box? Okay, so I have a very traditional home. I have a very traditional decorating style. I'm very picky because I am in the industry. I can have access to pretty much anything I want. So what do I need? Nothing. How many customers come in your store and say, I need nothing, I'm just here? Well, let's face it, if they walked in your door, they need something. There is a reason they're there, whether it's just to say hi and have that warm feeling, or whether they're there to buy something. But people don't walk in your door not to buy something. So right away you need to think, okay, if they say, I'm just looking, say, is there anything you're looking for? Nope, I'm just looking. Then leave them alone. But then if they're looking, say at this ball, say, touch it, isn't it cool? It's got texture to it. Once you put it in your hands, you usually can sell it to them. The other thing is people say, oh, I got that last year. What can I do with it? When you take something, like you'll see these half orbs all over. I love this because it's a centerpiece. It's one and done. Set that on top of a candle holder. If you use that selling tip right there to say, set this on top of a candle holder, or use this as the base of your arrangement with 3 candles in it, oh, then I'm one and done. They don't think of the price point. The other thing is price point is key. In this economy, we want to be really careful. So if you want to sell quantity, make sure your prices are right, because you can make a lot of extra mileage on some pieces versus others. Will's company, we do lights. Lights are our big thing, and so I'm going to talk a little bit about lighting. And lighting is one of those things that's kind of like milk. You can't get a triple markup. If you're trying to get a triple markup, you won't sell it. If you do lighting at double or a little less, usually it'll encourage somebody to sell another product. So let's take the Twinkle Christmas trees. These are great. They're indoor, outdoor, they're metal, they're on remotes. You can have them twinkle, you can have them solid. They're expensive. Let's just face it, they're $100. So you mark that. If you mark it $200 or $225 to get your freight out of it, you're going to end up with that sale that goes, it's $200. But if it's $100, mark it $189.99. You're getting $89 for that piece, and you're making a customer so happy, and then she'll buy other stuff around it because it hasn't hit that $200 mark. Our infinity lights are our exclusive design, and this is one of the hottest trends. If you're looking for a hot trend to bring into your store, infinity lights is where it's at. So you look at them and go, well, they're kind of edgy, they're kind of whatever, that's not my customer, they're traditional. I can tell you, this is my favorite item. I'm the most traditional customer, and I would never, last year I would have never said I'd put it in my home, I have sold so many, I'm thinking I need to put them in my home. But here's how to get customers inspired for it. So you can buy them in a bundle, and we have lots of lighting bundles, but this one alone, so we've designed it that it can hang or it can sit in a base. They're double-sided, they're super lightweight, they just plug and play, individually boxed. But think of this for your Christmas open house. You're buying these, and you think, okay, I'm gonna do a free gift with purchase. So right away, don't ever do a free gift with purchase under $100. $100 is nothing in today's world to spend. So free gift with purchase at $100. When you buy this, full price on that's $16, so most people would go $32.99. On that piece, I would probably go $29.99. And if I were a store, I'd probably buy it at the discount, so that would be my full markup. Think of it this way. If you put it $29.99, free gift with a $100 purchase, and they get this, they may have not, that might not even be their customer. But who could they give that to? You've got it in their hands. You've shown other pieces around the store. Now they've got this free gift. They think they got 30% off their purchase is what they're thinking in their head. It's great. I spent $100. I got a $30 gift. But it only costs you, if you bought it 18, only $14.39. So really, you've only given them 14.3% discount. So that's a lot better than your 20% mark. And you can do that on a lot of different things. But something like that, I told you, I hated these when I got them. I said, there's no way, I can see the saleability of them, but there's no way I'm putting this in my house. I brought the sample home. My kids both wanted them, and they're both boys. That'll tell you something right there. Then I started playing with it, and my husband said, well, wouldn't they be pretty in every window? And I went, oh, yes, because they're double-sided. So how cool in your window, and they have that illusion. Then one of my warehouse workers said, I said, I really like these. I think I want to do a couple in my Christmas tree. Wouldn't they be cool in my Christmas tree? And she said, oh, they would be so cool, Trace, because your one Christmas tree is very vintage. And that's why we put the vintage together. So you have to look at who your customer is, what they love, and take that item that you choose and make that, kind of curate it to what that customer wants. Now, talking about lighting and things, this is another great example. These are $9.89 is your cost. This is a great free gift with purchase because they come individually boxed with a remote. And what's so fun about this is the batteries just died. What's so fun about this is now you've given them a handle to put in their hands, take home. Most of the time, if they take a candle home, they'll come back for more. Or it's a great gift item because who couldn't use an electric candle? Again, if you do that free gift with purchase, you have made it into a less margin that you're giving away, but a reason for them to buy in your store. Now, one thing people always say is, pick, sell. Pick selling Christmas trees. Whatever I show, that's the pick I sell. But people will come up with onesies, twosies. What do people do with one pick? What do they do? And I think I have no idea because I have to get 12 if I'm going to buy it for my Christmas tree, right? But that's what to educate your employees on is, one pick is going to do nothing unless you're just putting it in a vase. But make sure you're using your picks, not just in buckets, that they can see that you need multiple to create that look. So what do you do with those that are left at the end? That's always a big question. I've got 2 of this berry and 1 of this berry. Think about this. Maybe you want to do for your Christmas open house, this is your free gift with purchase. Maybe you look at the weekend of Thanksgiving, or maybe it's after. Put together, you'll get a free bouquet for every purchase. Just I used a napkin because that's what I had here, but if you have random napkins or dishcloths or towels that are onesies, twosies in your store, this is just 2 picks. So I may have had this left over and just tie it with a little twine. Now you say free gift with purchase, that looks like you're getting a lot and they can do something with it. If I give them 2 picks, they're gonna go, what do I do with this? But it looks like they're getting a great piece. Brown paper works awesome. And then what you want to do behind your register is if that's what you're giving, have it displayed. So say you have an old window with a picture or whatever, have it displayed so they know what to do with it, because otherwise they're going to go, what do I do with this? Or you can say, what about purchasing a vase with it? So now you're adding on to that sale. So a lot of people say, okay, outdoor stuff is really good. And if you haven't had our solar balls, this is by far the #1 piece of my whole company right now for reorders. These aren't just good for summer, they're good for year-round. So they come with a pick that you can put them into your porch pots. But how fun with Christmas to have these outside. The solar cell is inside. But what I want to show you today is when you do these, obviously they have to be outside because inside is the solar cell and they're going to charge up, so they're going to come on every night. But if you show one, they're only going to buy one. If you show 3, they're going to buy what they see. So you always want a multiple display in that. But excuse me, I'm going to run back and get a flower real quick. This is my all-time favorite pick. It's all hand-beaded, which a lot of people love that hand-beaded thing. And it's 6 1/4. Make your porch pots and elevate them. Don't just say, okay, I had this for summer. I can just take it from my flower bed and put it in my pine pot. Sell them this piece. Use this as the center of your flower and put that in your porch pot. Now again, you've gotten them to buy something else in the store that they've already used for summer. So when people say, I can't buy more Christmas picks, I'm not inspired with Christmas picks. Christmas picks sell. And they make a lot of things sell more because it gives that ambience of Christmas. Last but not least, I want to talk about sets. We are really big this year into sets, and here's the reason why. If you buy them in a set, like our set of 6 bells or skates, they're a set of 2. So you look at the skates, and they're $24.50 a set. Well, that seems high at $49 retail. Cut them apart. Separate the sets, because at $12.50 and adding a little pick, like this little guy I cut apart from a big bush, so I've added $1 into this, all of a sudden it's a whole vessel together, and price point that accordingly or let people know, because oftentimes what happens is when they see a pick and then they see a set, they think, okay, I have to buy all the pieces, where individually typically they'll buy multiples. And I'm going to use this as an example. This is our top selling. We have one for fall, we have one for Christmas. It's a set of 4 for $40. And if you have not had the Magic Flame, this is your bread and butter. If you don't turn it on, you'll never sell them. No batteries, rechargeable, whatever. We've had them for 2 years, every year. 4 years. Every year I sell more and more to the same customers.
And how much are they?
So if you buy 20 for you, they're $14 a piece with the charger, never replace the batteries. If you buy them in a bundle of 24, they're $11.49. Price this at $22. Yes, you're not making your full markup, but if you buy a 24, you are. $22 for this. If you have this going at your register, this is a great giveaway too for a Christmas open house. They're gonna want something to put it in. So then you've got your set of 4, you're breaking this up. Every one of these, you're gonna wanna add, this one you're gonna wanna add $1 to. You're gonna wanna add $1.50 to this one on price point, $1.75, and $2 onto that. So you're making up more than you're giving away on this thing. And they're gonna wanna buy 2 pieces, and make sure at the register you've got this going, so whatever you focus on in that register, and if there's movement, they will buy. The other thing is with these, because they're magnetic, what a fun thing. We kind of, to circle back, talked about the half orbs. I mean, you're not gonna learn those kind of tricks on Amazon. That's an instant arrangement. But how cool for a centerpiece to have that glow on your tabletop and have a full arrangement. So you have to educate your customers, but you have to want to sell to them, and you have to really make sure you're at the price point. So think about this year as you're putting everything together for fall and Christmas, of how can we change up what we've done in the past. Now, whether you're using the candles or the infinity lights, the solar balls, you're seeing lots of retro with this kind of bulb that comes with that. You can take just a basic lantern, and again, same concept, totally different look when you've got an Edison bulb in it. So you have to give people the reason, and the last but not least, turn on your lights. Have you ever walked in a store that has no lights? Best scenario ever. I was out traveling, and a a gal came into it was a June show actually about 3 years ago. In her store, she bought 48 of our magic planes. I walked in the store, black display, it was beautiful the way she had it. None of one of them was on. And I said to the worker, I said, these are fun. You should have them running. And she said, but where are the batteries? I said, there is no battery. You plug them in and charge them. Well, no, we're not going to turn them on. Well, you're not going to sell what's not on. People are lured to light, so you have to turn them on. So hopefully I've inspired you. There's lots of great ideas throughout the showroom. The reps all kind of know what it is. And thank you for shopping Wills.
Thank you.
Thank you.